Hi everyone, you're watching Channel Forex, and in this video, I guess first of all you want to know is how much I made this month in February, even though it haven't finished yet, but it's only would have a couple of days of trading, and I started to trade at the end of January, so I thought I will show you a little bit the results. You know that I do have two small accounts with $1,000 each, and I use those accounts to show you the trades. So one account is the manual trading, and I show for you the results of the like when you trade with money management and with low risk, let's say, with small lot sizes. So that's what I recommend to start with when you are just in the beginning, and that's how it's better to start with very small lots. And of course, do not forget about money management. Do not trade aggressively, because it's easy to lose everything if you start to trade big lots. And the second account, as you remember, who were watching my videos in September, at the end of September, I showed you I started to use an EA again, like one guy the programmer sent it to me, and I decided to test it and show the results also to you. And right now on the screen, it's the result of this account trading. So it's fully automated. I haven't touched it. September I started it. I showed you some results previously, and then I wasn't trading at all. And also I didn't touch this account. I was only checking out from time to time just to see how bad is the drawdown out there, because it's the system when you only sell or only buy, or you can place both buy and sells on one pair. So it's kind of quite not bad strategy, but you can also have very big drawdowns and lose quite easily. So I usually not very enthusiastic about these types of trading, and there are some EAs which trades like that. So, but I finally decided to try one, and the programmer who sent it to me, he made the settings in there. I didn't change anything. It's a very small lot, only 0.01, and his point is like, don't worry about the levels, like technical analysis, just switch it on and forget about it for at least half a year or a year. So it would be like an investment. You put money in the bank, you forget about it, and then at the end of the year, you can take your money back, and if the profit is going to make, it's not going to make huge, like he said, but it should not lose you your money. So it should still make, because you know many EAs, they actually do blow up the accounts quite easy. So that's why I thought, okay, I'll test it, and I'll share with you results. I think for many of you would be interesting also. And so I actually had this account previously, traded a little bit manually, so I already had like about $100-200 on it before I started to use the EA. So I started at the end of September, but right now I'm showing you the result for 3 months, for the last 3 months. I didn't put it right at the beginning because there was some profit, but this is exactly 3 months of trading with that EA, and that's what made by EA itself. So 256, you can see it, and you can see the lot size is 0.01 all the way. And as you remember, it's 3 pairs if you're watching. So I put only euro dollar, pound dollar, and dollar Canadian, and I put them all for sale. So they all were selling all these days. So for the last 3 months, he made 256.93. So if we'll go into the trade, so you can see what's the drawdown right now. It's minus floating 114. So if we'll take it away, so roughly it's made 100 something dollars a month. And we'll total on the account, you can see the free margin is 139, and well, equity is 1420. So at the end of the day, so if I'll decide to take money out, it would be 1,400 roughly. So it's actually total with the previous what I made on the account. So the EA itself obviously made around $200, let's say, with some September and October, because last 3 months it counts in February, January, and December. It doesn't show here November October and a little bit of September. So that's what I'm saying. It's no point really to show per month. So maybe I will be showing every 3 months that automated account. Well, maybe next month I will show you what the drawdown is going to be, what result will be. Right now this is the result, and I'm keeping it switched on. So we'll see how it will go. And that's all with the automated system. And now I'm going to a manual account, manual trading, and this is for the month. As you can see, again, if you look at the lot sizes, so this is showing from the 19th of January. I started a little bit earlier, but okay, month is a month. And you can see the lot sizes is 0.02, 0.1. You can see there is some where I have 0.06. It's the biggest I had, but it's only, I had couple of standing orders, and they didn't work. But the most of my lots you can see are 0.2, 0.4, 0.1, 3. So the maximum I had is 0.04. And as you remember at the beginning, I still had a little bit of profit from the previous trades, and so I had around 200 already dollars on the account. So that's why I increased a little bit in the lot. Before I was showing you when I started trading this account, I was only using lot 0.01 and 0.02, so 10-20 cents per pip, no more. And then the account started to grow a little bit more, so I increased the lot size, of course. So that's how I increase it slowly, but still it's very safe, let's say quite safe. And that's the result, to show you that with the smaller lots, with the good money management on a smaller accounts, you still can earn, of course, but it's not going to be thousands of dollars in a month, isn't it? It's not going to be millions. It's going to be reasonable result, let's say. It's still not too bad. It's still better than if you put it in the bank, of course. You will have much smaller profit a month. But it's just to show that you need to calculate all the risks and not to be too aggressive. You don't want to lose the account very fast. So that's how I would say, if you're the beginner, start with very small lots, very low percentage, like 1, 2, 3% of the account if you're counting risk. No more, unless you are sure you can risk a little bit more, but it's better not to risk too much. So that's it. So it's not, I like to trade a little bit more aggressive, but right now, as I'm saying, the market is not as quiet as it was. It's always like this. I mean, on the market, always something happens in the world. So some years are very quiet and easy to trade. So some years, like now, for example, of course, it's a little bit messy, like I like to say, because a lot of things happening in the world. So and I'm just going to show you, this is the trade, and you can see I don't have minus is floating. I have the open trade Australian dollar, and I'll show you and I'll tell you about it in the next part of the video of Forex analysis. So the total on the account, you can see it's, well, you can see free margin 150, 550, it's 555, so about that for all the time. You know that I didn't trade for many months since last time I showed you the results on this account. So manual trading is, compared to the automated system you saw, is a little bit more rewarding, but at the same time you see I used a bit more higher lot size, and it takes time, of course. So I've been watching the market. I was using the levels. So then on the other account with the EA, I don't need to do anything. The lot was minimum all the way. It was only 0.01. So you can see that both ways are good. Well, automated, of course, if in a year it's only a few months left, well, kinda, we'll see. So the result would be better visible, I guess, when it will be in September. this year, so it would be a year since I started to run the other year. Of course, it's nice that you don't need to watch and you don't need to worry about levels and technical analysis and everything else, but well, that's it. You can do it automatically, see if you have an EA, or you can trade manually if you prefer to watch the market and earn a little bit more, let's say. Okay, so I'll probably will be trying to share with you my results for the next month. Let's start now with the technical analysis, and we're starting with euro dollar, of course, and just as I'm saying, you can see all the levels right now. I'm leaving exactly the same for the next week. I actually had a little bit of trade this week, and traded against everyone. I guess I bought a little bit of euro and just used the channels here and channels here all around the main level. Like I was telling you, like previous week, I didn't do anything because it either wasn't in my time, something creating like the channels, or like here didn't do anything, didn't create any patterns, and this time it did, and I decided to go for a trade in here, a little trade. Also, this was looking like an upside down head and shoulders, so I bought it a little bit, made a little bit of profit on the euro dollar. So, but as I'm saying, you can see it's going up, it's going down, so it's a bit messy, and of course, well, it's understandable because we all know what's happening also in France. There will be election, and now with all the comments that they want to do what Brexit, the France referendum, and maybe getting out from the Europe, like the one of the candidates saying. So of course, looking at some events like that, you might expect that euro will be going down. But election is going to happen when in end of April, beginning of May. So that's probably is going to be quite tough time for euro dollar. Well, right now for euro, and also with England coming out too. So what I will be looking at, as I'm saying, most of my attention right now is on eyes on pound and Australian dollar and like euro pound. And euro dollar, I'm not paying as much attention, but as I'm saying, if I will see anything good, like any good patterns, channels, as usual, I will always will try to go into the trade. So if I would be quite sure about things, and probably with euro dollar will go both ways for short trades, for I mean day trades, maybe not for few days, leaving them for buy or sell. Both ways, except probably, of course, would be better just to try to go into the sell trades, because again, expecting what if France will decide to have a referendum, but while they have all this election thing around, so I think the euro might go up and down, just like this. I'm saying it's like it was doing, isn't it? Going up and down, and it's like a downtrend, little uptrend, little downtrend. So I can expect that possibly it could. So for the next week, let's say you can see this level is very, very important. It was through the years. If we'll go on the monthly chart, you can see here, and I would expect that it would probably stay here for a while until we will be some clearance, let's say, a little bit more clear about what's happening with Eurozone, with France, England, what's going on out there. As previously you can see, it was a little bit here also slowing down before the good move. And here is also, I can see a little bit of slowing down. Remember that this situation looks kind of a little bit like it was already previously. And of course, if we're looking from the previous years when euro dropped, you can expect with everything what's happening right now, and if there will be a referendum in France or something like that, and the possibility of it coming out, so we might see the same picture. I'm not talking about this week, but in total picture, that's quite possible to see same. But right now, I would think it might maybe for this week, it would stay a little bit in that channel, and it's still in a bigger time frame. Also, it's still in a downtrend channel, and which I was telling you, you can move these levels a little bit low, a little bit high. I just prefer them leave like this. I still have idea where it is right now, and inside this channel, so maybe I would look for some trades to go on forward. Right now, it's just nothing as it is, just leaving like that, and that's it. So at this moment, just like this. So I'll just look for probably very small little trades during the week. It depends if nothing interesting will be happening with pound. So pound dollar is the main pair for me at this moment. I'm making quite good trades with it, and it's kind of more predictable, let's say, at this moment. As you can see, it does exactly what I was expecting from it. Remember, it was getting narrow in this area, and I said that it will be time to get out from that area, and my main concern was that it will go up. I was more into that because I was saying that if the let's say people who does move it a lot, you all know, they would want it to move up first if they're expecting a big drop after whatever this article will happen in the March. Something else big happens. So, and just as I was expecting that every time it would go up, of course, there will be lots of people who would want to sell pound dollar. And you see, every time they try to push it, it sells. You see, it was breaking point to get up, go up, and but it still has no enough buyers on the market, and it's not enough strength. So it just doesn't go high and fast enough for a big movement. So every time it goes up, people sell it. That's exactly what I do. Every time it goes up, I'm looking for good opportunity. I'm selling it. I'm selling pound. And I was also selling, but I was selling in this area while it still was inside that narrowing, let's say, area. I didn't sell here because it was Friday, and I was hoping that it will still go a little bit further to that level. And this is where I was planning to sell it again, but it's didn't have strength, you can see. So people just want every time an opportunity, people just trying to sell and sell it. So for the new week, look, it's actually come back again into this area. So I have all these levels again. So I will be looking, maybe it will be trying to break here, and maybe it will go down a little bit. Too much, I don't know. It's, you see, at this moment it does what is expected. It's not making huge moves. That's obvious. It doesn't make huge moves. Like for example, comparing something like that, like this big. It's very short movements, because obviously uncertainty, you can see it. And very interesting, it got inside, and well, we'll see next week. Of course, I would more again thinking just like as it was, it probably might turn around and go up again. So that's how I would think and look at it. So that's what I'm saying. But also at the same time, it could possibly go. So need to see again what's going to happen on Monday, how it's going to behave, and of course what the news are going to be this new week, what you're going to say, what the comments are going to be. But if it will go technically, so for example, if it will go technically, I will be looking again. If it will go up, I will be also again looking for opportunity to try to sell it. So because nobody wants to miss a good opportunity of the big drop, I think that's what everybody's expecting, and it probably could be a good gap, because when it's too many sellers or buyers, then it could be a problem. So we'll see. That's the plans. So I'm still the same mood with pound dollar, and I'm leaving all these levels again. See how it's gonna behave in this area. So and as I'm saying, if we'll be trying to break through that, I will be looking also selling from around this area somewhere, just like I did around here. I was selling also here, and I was selling around this area somewhere too. So we'll see what is going to create here in this little area, if it will be any patterns as usual. Just as I was saying, it was really nice here, little channel on a smaller, if you will go on 15-minute chart, was really nice and pretty, but I didn't want to touch it because it was Friday and I was still expecting it to go a little bit up. So, okay, we'll see what's going to happen next week. That's how I look at the pound. Australian dollar, also nothing happened. Unpredictable, let's say, just as what I thought. I had a trade there, was in a sell in here, and then I was waiting for it going a little bit further. I closed my position because I was saying that I still can see that nothing is major happening and it still might go a little bit further. So I thought I would go for smaller trades just like I did before. I was selling it all the time, closing, taking small profits and selling again. So that's exactly what I did with Australian. I closed one position, I had to sell again, I closed it, and I had to sell again because I don't really want to miss again if it will be an unpredictable movement, let's say, hopefully in my direction. So I don't want to miss the selling opportunity, but at the same time, I'm trying to protect myself and go for short trades, for smaller trades. So I'm closing them and I'm selling again. And here you can see again, I sold here, and I'm in open trade right now. And again, on Monday, it will give me an idea if I would close this trade with a little profit, or will I keep it further and I will be topping up with more sales. So we'll see. Right now, it's hard to say anything because, as you can see, it all sits around the very important level. So that's what I'm going to do with Australian. I still have exactly the same view on it, trying to catch the good drop. As I'm saying, before it happens, it might still sit around here for a while to maybe go a little bit higher. But just like previous week, nothing happened, and nothing happened here, but still a little sale for going for short, small sales, topping up the account, which is quite nice. And I think the same with Australian dollar is many people expecting a drop. That's why at any good opportunity, people selling it too. So, well, we'll see what's going to happen next. So that's how I am right now. Just I'm saying, still all the same thoughts for this pairs. Okay, dollar yen was out of my view. You can see it also has like no trend. Let's say it's well kind of in a downtrend, but at the same time it's slowing down. As you can see, it's in uncertain area. Let's say uncertainty and consolidation, let's say, with a little bit of the downtrend, let's say. And again, around this area, around this level, I took away the previous, had little channel here. I took it, I removed it now because I don't need it anymore. And still have these little levels, and we'll be paying attention on them. Again, because there is nothing really certain, I would expect it to sit around this area just like it was before. I do not draw the other level here, just don't want to have too much mess. It's obvious here it broke the level again, so it sits around here. So I didn't see anything to go for the trace like I did here when it did create it. If you see on the smaller time frames, it did create it here before like a double bottom. That's why I decided to go for the buy here. And then I just didn't feel comfortable to go for any trades with dollar yen. Was a bit busy with the other pairs, had a bit more chances to not go into the bad trades with the other pairs compared to dollar yen. And so right now what I will be looking at, of course, what it's going to do around this area. Will it continue down maybe, or maybe it will create something? And just like here, you see, this I'm saying, an area like this. So not just sitting inside, around this level, just a little bit lower. So this kind of area will be looking for any consolidations or creating any patterns again. So that's how I will be looking, because you can see it's also moving quite rough. It's going down, it's going up, going down, going up a bit. Here it was at exactly the same area stopping. So of course, if you look technically, while looking for, it was a good run, and it's stuck around the 23 Fibonacci 38. So if you say, for example, if I think if it's maybe a consolidation, consolidation correction of the uptrend, and it might go up to 50 level, 61, or maybe in 78 before it will go up. But you can see it's kind of stuck still around the 23 and 38. It does look like a little bit of consolidation. So I could imagine, that's why I said, you see, I don't draw it because you can see on the Fibonacci it's area 38. So this is the area I'm looking at right now. As I'm saying, for the next week, I will be looking if it will create something around this area, and then I will be looking for either buy or sell. At the same time, of course, it was going a little bit down, so I'd expect maybe had enough and should continue the way up, but you can see now it's technical analysis is not walking alone. Again, the news, what's coming from the Japan, from America, politically, financially, they're talking about raising the rates again, but also I think that's not only right what market is going to pay attention on. It's also what politically is happening, because the president is only started to be president, the new one. So that's why I'm saying I will be looking, of course, for something around this area, and then I will be making decisions. Right now, I can't see anything to go for anything at this moment with the dollar yen. So it was out. I was out with it last week. Dollar Canadian is also, all the levels are the same. Nothing's changed. You can see it still sits around this level. It still doesn't want to also pick up any trends. It was a little bit in a downtrend, but the main trend is up. So I had like a little trade for it too. Just like I was saying to you last week, I was using a little bit of that channel, which looked like a little consolidation, and this is where I was buying. I bought it a little bit. So, and on the moving up, made a little profit when it was moving up, but not for long. You see, for very short trades I go now, just like I used to go. Usually I'll go just a day trading, maybe 1-2 days, can leave it, but with the trailing stop, I usually am closing some positions. So it all depends how, like, I look at how the market behaves. You look at it. So, and you see again, it went up a little bit, didn't go too far, went down, but it's still around the same area where it was like previous week. So of course I will be looking. Possibly if there will be anything interesting and good, maybe it will create some more consolidation around here. So I will be looking also either buy or sell. So it depends, because it's a very important level. So anything can happen, and he might drop, he might turn around. So if it will still pick up the same trend, let's say uptrend, so of course after going down for a while, you'd expect this to go up. But as I'm saying, it could be other way, because that's why it doesn't want to go anywhere right now, because it's uncertainty on the market. So, and that's why it sits in here for a while. As you can see, it doesn't make any big movements too, because there was nothing yet which will make all the markets, all the pairs to pick up finally the trend and continue either way, continue the trend or change the direction. It's like it's very slow. It feels like all the market right now is trying to walk slowly the same direction. You can see on many pairs, very slow, but with little jumps up, down, but not too much, not huge movements. So who knows how long it's going to continue for. You know, with everything is happening in the world right now, so I'm saying it's getting a little bit harder to trade. But at the same time, it gives still quite a lot of opportunities to go for small, for little trades. And that's it for dollar Canadian. Euro pound also, I had some trades, just as I was saying. I wasn't sure if I'll go for trades or not. I actually, on Monday, decided, on Tuesday, after watching the Monday, I decided to go. Remember, I was telling you that I was looking at this area and breaking point here. And that was the main thing when I said, well, might go for this, for sell. And that's exactly what I did. Because first of all, it did look like a little, again, had one shoulder and created another shoulder. I didn't go on Monday when it broke here. I waited for a little bit longer. So I'm saying, playing a little bit safe. I waited for it to break. Then there was a little bit very nice consolidation here. And I could sell a little bit around this area. So now that was really nice little channel, but it was Friday. I didn't go for this one, but it was really nice one to go for another trade. At this moment, can't say anything. It's just like that. It does look like a double bottom, but it's very complicated what is happening on euro pound. And of course, if pound will get a bit stronger, it will continue down and hopefully will finish the big pattern, right? At least will go to the neck area here. Of course, when I was selling, I was hoping it will go all the way. That would have been a target, but you see it was turning around. So the small profits again I could have. And except now you can see how much narrowing it gets again, right? We had like really drop here, then up, and a nice drop here, went up, and nice drop here. Now it's more like maybe like a little consolidation or anything. It still has that little pattern and I have a neck which can't break it. It does look like it's behind it, underneath it, and gives more idea that it should continue to go to this way. And it's getting very narrow too, so it's possible. So I will be looking for again some a little bit more confirmations what I would do, but right now I can't really say much. It's not as clear as like it was last week. It was a bit better with this little uptrend, and right now it's just more looking like maybe a double bottom. Maybe it will be like a triple bottom. Maybe it will just narrowing down a little bit more. So we'll be of course looking at it, compare and looking at what's happening with pound dollar and euro dollar, and looking for a euro pound possibly to go for some trades. I mean, if something like this again, nice, just not on Friday. It was on Friday, didn't want to risk it too much on Friday. But some, as I'm saying, on euro pound lately, nice channels were created, the ones I'm using for my main system, for the channel system. So of course there will be more channels like that. It was already a few times through this month. So of course I will be looking for possible opportunities to go into for the trades. So that's how I leave euro pound at this point. And going to the gold, just it's still keep going, as you can see, and on 1 hour chart you can see it's actually already reached the level, just as expected. As saying, the one thing was that it will actually get to that level. On the bigger chart it's still not, but so that's what I'm saying, it's plus minus, so you can say it's kind of around this area already. And of course, first thing, it didn't had a correction. Like here it did have a double top, little correction. Here it didn't create a double top, so it had created one little top, and second didn't create it. Of course, here could be an opportunity to buy, but as I'm saying, with gold, obviously again with all this uncertainty, the gold is still going up. What's going to happen with dollar? Who knows? But of course, the first thing on technical analysis, when I look at it, yeah, it could be a time for correction, because it was going up. We had a little correction here, but it's not enough, as you know. It's been going for a while, which I'm saying gold can go a long way. And you see the drops here, or going up here too for a long way. Had a bit of the correction. So here it had a little one, and then it's in here, but it's, you can see we have quite important level here coming from these little tops, and that probably could be something important happening around this area. And so for the new week, I guess just again it's a waiting time to see what's going to happen around here. Maybe I see from my point of view, if we might create something, you know, some pattern in here, and that's what I would have been looking for a pattern, for a good pattern. So because right now it's just on its way up and getting like really close to culmination, let's say. It's getting like that, as you can see. So guess we'll see what's going to happen next, and will create anything or not. If it will create anything around here, because right now you see there is nothing happening at that point. It was just going up all the way, and there is no correction yet. No good correction just yet. Okay, so that's all for now. So as I'm saying, for this new week, mostly we'll be paying attention again on the pound, dollar, Australian dollar, euro pound, and then I will be having to keep an eye on euro, dollar, and dollar CAD and dollar yen. So they would be like the next ones to look at, but the first pound and Australian. So that's all, guys. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe. Happy trading, and bye everyone.